today let's see what the cards have to say about self-love, about self-care, about reconnecting with yourself, about emotional health, about mental health. Message. I feel like some of you feel guilty to take some moments of self-love and even self-pleasure. It's kind of like there's a blockage, but not in yourself, in society, in everything that is around us that does not accept the fact of being slow, seeing someone taking care of themselves as an act of being slow and balancing the masculine and the feminine. So balancing the action, which is the sun, which is the masculine, which is the light, and the feminine, which is the act of receiving, slowing down, the emotions. I feel like nowadays it takes a big act of courage to really own self-love and really own that moment of the day where you kind of like say fuck to whatever you have to do, and just taking even just 10 minutes to give yourself love. And I really feel like you watching this video, you really need to step out of this limiting belief that makes you feel guilty to take a moment for yourself during the day. Maybe you are like a lot in your masculine. I feel like you have an example in your life of someone that actually takes time for themselves, but you don't want to see it. You still have this belief that doing nothing is really doing nothing, is really like being unproductive. But sometimes, especially if you are a creative person, doing nothing is actually receiving the downloads, and it gives you the opportunity to not have an emotional fatigue and to not go into a burnout. It's really about receiving the intuition, receiving the vision. You need this. You need to slow down. You need to take this moment in order to receive the messages. And for some of you, taking this time to slow down, it's actually going to increase your self-worth, and you will find kind of like a new character of your being in this routine where you slow down, and you really have to forgive yourself for all the moments where you actually have been angry to other people for not being productive as you intended to be. This comes with an awakening, because when you awaken to the fact that burning yourself is not that productive, it is required for you to be patient, to protect your energy, which will also give you the opportunity to be less vulnerable to bad energies and low vibrational energies. So yeah, some of you really need to let this self-judgment die. Like I feel so much liberation just saying this, but really enter in this space. Let your inner judge die for a second, because it's really important for you to acknowledge the parts in your life where your inner judge is very useful, but also understand where it is really not. So yeah, And finally, it's up to you. Do you want to continue the same pattern? If you have already experienced the burnout, like, you know what it is. I mean, you cannot get out of your bed for months. You don't have the energy for, like, to do nothing, even not to talk to your family sometimes. Like, do you really want to repeat this? Or are you allowing yourself, like, to give yourself some grace? You know, please give yourself some self-love by just slowing down and not judging. You will really see how much this is beneficial for you, and also how much your productivity will increase the moments where you will enter in this masculine energy.